So to end 2020, I took a trip down to Oahu, one of the most popular islands in the beautiful state of Hawaii. I spent 2 weeks climbing some of the most craziest cliffs, driving on some of the most beautiful roads, swimming in some of the most beautiful beaches, and watching some of the most insane sunrises and sunsets. Oahu did not let me down. So here's the best of Oahu. I start with Coco Crater. Coco Crater is really close to Honolulu, where you will land after your flight. It's basically vertical going up for like more than 1,000 feet, and it's pretty hard. It's not easy, but I've seen like all age groups doing it, so anyone can do it. It's a great workout, definitely, and the views from the top were insane. Like one of the best views I've seen. Best recommended times will be sunset, because you can see the sun setting at the background, and it's really beautiful out there. Another popular spot nearby is Diamond Crater. It's similar to Coco Crater, but it has a $5 entrance fee. It's one of the most popular spots in Oahu. You'll find a lot of tourists out there, and the views are good. You can see the whole Honolulu city down there. Also around here is Makupu Lighthouse, which is a great place to watch sunrise. I watched sunrise right there, and it was really beautiful. Our next spot is Lanikai Pillboxes. Lanikai Pillboxes is in the town of Kailua, and it is one of the most beautiful places in the island. Like the whole town is really nice. There are a lot of things you can do out there. The hike to the pillboxes is like 20 minutes. There are 2 pillboxes, and the trail even goes further. The parking is not easy unless you come for a sunrise, when there are not many people there compared to the daytime when it's full because of the beaches and everything. Lanikai is probably one of my favorite spots to watch sunrise in the island. The views are insane, the sunrise is insane, and I really enjoyed there. The next is one of my favorite spots in Oahu. It's Three Peaks or Olumana Trail. Olumana Trail it's not the easiest trail. Some spots where it is kind of sketchy, so I won't advise for everyone to do it. But yeah, if you like adventures and hiking, this is probably one of the most beautiful spots to go. The views from the top are the most insane views I've ever seen. Like this shot is my favorite shot ever. Then I went down to the second one. I didn't go to the third one because third one looked really sketchy and I had a lot of gear on me, and I didn't have much time, so I just returned back after the second peak. And it's really beautiful. I cannot highly suggest this on a really clear day. If you find a sunny day here, there's nothing better than Olumana Trail to see the 360 views of the whole island. The next spot is Stairway to Heaven, or Haiku Stairs, which is one of the most talked about places on the island. These are like 3,922 stairs that take you to the summit, and which were built for the soldiers in World War II. Today it's illegal to climb these stairs, and you can get a fine up to $1,000. But there's a legal way to do it, which I used. Legally, it's a long hike. It's like 6 to 8 hours hike, and it's very muddy. It's the most muddiest hike in Oahu. Yeah, you'll be drenched in mud. Then you can go down to the stairs, which I did. I went a little down, but it was all foggy. The clouds were there, and it didn't look like. I stayed there for like a couple of hours. I thought like the clouds will move over. I can take some of my shots that I want, but clouds did not want it like that, so I couldn't get my shots. Still, it's a great experience, and just seeing those stairs up there, walking on them, was really insane. Another great stop nearby is Honolulu Botanical Garden. It's 400 acres of amazing landscape and biodiversity. It gives you such beautiful Jurassic Park vibes. It closes at 4 p.m. so I would really suggest you to go early because there's so much to see and like you can spend a lot of time there. There are also a couple of campsites in the garden that you can book 2 weeks in advance and are really cheap, but the gate closes at 4 p.m. so I think you cannot go after 4 p.m. One of the most peaceful experiences in the island is visiting Banyan Temple, which is an old Japanese Buddhist temple. I went there because I saw a picture of this temple in front of the green cliffs, but I really enjoyed being there. The aura of this place is really magical. Going north, you can make a stop at Glo Orange, which is privately owned place, where a lot of movies like Jurassic Park, Jumanji, King Kong were shot. I took a Hollywood bus tour, which takes you through the sites where all the movies were shot, talks about the history of the ranch, and you can see a lot of remains from the movies. It's not the cheapest thing to do on the island, but if you're a big fan of movies, you should do a quick stop here. I stayed around here at Kahana State Park, which is around $33 a night. It's a nice spot and not many people are around there, and it's right next to the beach, so it was really cool spot to stay. Kailua Ranch is like 5-minute drive from here, and then there is Kailua Regional Park that's like 7-minute drive from there, which is a really nice spot to hang out as well. You can like go in the water, and right next to it is Chinatown Manhattan. Chinatown Manhattan is a small island right next to it, and like you can literally kayak there. Some people try to swim there too, and it looks like a hat, so it's named as Chinatown Manhattan. Another crazy spot in the island is North Shore. North Shore is like the north part of the island, and there are like few towns out there. It's really popular for surfing. One of the best spots in the world for surfing. Banyan Pipeline is right here, and I met people from Japan, Argentina and other parts of the world who just came down to surf in Banyan Pipeline, which made it really insane. I saw some really crazy waves here. I stayed in a hostel here called Backpackers Hawaii, which is $34 a night. They usually do 2 nights at least, but for me they made an exception, and it was for 1 night, which was on Christmas Eve, and I had a really great time here. There's Sharks Cove right there too, which is a great spot for snorkeling. There's Sunset Beach. Sunset Beach is the best spot for watching sunset on the island. I watched sunset for a couple of times here. Insane sunsets here, and you can see a lot of rainbows, other stuff around here. If you want to hike here, there are 2 pillboxes that called Sunset Pillbox hike. It's pretty easy, like takes less than 2 hours for the whole hike, and first pillbox is okay, but the second one gives you really insane views, so I will suggest to go down to the second one. There are a lot of great food options in North Shore, a lot of food trucks out here. Some of my favorites were like Giovanni Shrimp Truck and Banzai Bowls. The most popular spot on the island is Waikiki Beach. It's a great spot for shopping, surfing, restaurants, food and more stuff, but it's really popular, which makes it really expensive and crowded. There are a lot of great resorts here, but parking is a little expensive. I paid over $35 for a night. I stayed in a hotel for a night here, then stayed in an Airbnb for 3 nights. Waikiki Beach is really good spot for swimming, surfing or just hanging out. It's a great beach. This is a great spot for everything, but I would really suggest you to experience other parts of the island rather than staying in a fancy resort here in Waikiki. Another great pillbox hike in the island is Maui Pillbox hike or the Pink Pillbox hike. It's like a 2-hour easy hike with great views. You can see the road down there, which makes this hike looks really nice. The Pink Pillbox is pretty crazy. I camped close to this hike at Kau Beach Park, which is like kind of, if you want to go far away from the tourists, here you can go to Kau Beach Park. I stayed for 5 nights here. When I first came in here, I didn't think I'll stay for 5 nights. It was pretty cheap. It was $52 for 5 nights, and I thought I'll stay 2 or 3 nights and just leave, but I could see sunset right through my campsite, which was really nice. There's a beach around there and not many people around, which makes it really fun spot to be there, and it was pretty cheap, so you won't find cheaper places to stay other than camping in the island. My trip to Oahu was really amazing, and I cannot wait until I go back there.